And this is what we have here. So in a couple of days, we should have 5 tomato plants. That is the growth on them after 1 week, just placing them in water. So in a couple of weeks, we should be getting plenty of tomatoes from these suckers. So guys, when I started my gardening journey, way before YouTube, I had zero issues planting tomatoes. But ever since I started my channel, I have been having disease issues with tomatoes. My name is Mary if you're new here, and I'm going to show you how I grow lots and lots of tomatoes every year, the cooler season, from just a few plants that I managed to get past the disease stage. Because no matter how much I plant, at the end of the day, I end up with 2 or 3 plants. But then you notice there's a lot of tomatoes growing in my garden, and you wonder, where did they come from? I use my 1 or 2 plants and I make all of those tomato plants, and I'm going to share with you exactly how I do that, how I achieve that for the past 2 years. And I have lots of tomatoes to use fresh and to store going into the warmer part of the year, because that part of the year we don't have tomatoes doing anything at all. So let me quickly show you guys. All right, so on the tomato plant, there are lots and lots of suckers growing on them. And while I talk to you, let me just prune off some of these leaves, because these tomatoes has way too many leaves. And by the way, a couple of days after I did the treatment, I fertilized my tomatoes, in a couple of days, guys, there were tomatoes on the plants already. Yeah, remember we just had a few blossoms coming on when we did that. Some of the leaves need to come off, but look at this. After 1 treatment, we just had some little blossoms on there. And this one, if you would focus, this one appears to be the yellow pear tomato, which is a cherry tomato. I was hoping I would get some big tomato, slicing tomato. This one seemed to be one of those though. The blossoms on this one look fairly big, but this one seemed to be the cherry, the pear, yellow pear cherry tomatoes. And see, we have suckers here that can come out, but that one is budding. And see, we have some more tomatoes right here. Let me see them right in there. So, and plenty of blossoms coming on, and I tend to assist I just box in the flowers on them like that, and they usually get pollinated that way, even though they're self-pollinated plants, so, and insects help out. But yeah, it is doing well. And as I said, some of the leaves need to come off. I'm going to prune off this plant heavily after doing this video, but you know, time and the rain won't allow me to do it on the video. And all of these seem to be the same yellow pear all of them look the same, so I might only get slicing tomatoes from these 2 plants that survived in this container. Interesting. But I have some more back here, but the water and the plants look so good. Some more back here. So hopefully we have some bigger tomatoes on these. They're growing up nicely. I need to stake that one. That one is shaded out by the yam and the fence, and it is still looking better than the ones in front. So I don't know though. I just mix them up and I don't know which is which in there. And I'll just fertilate. These have not gotten fed yet, Soon as I see buds coming on, I will fertilize them so that we can get some tomatoes soon from these plants. All right, so let us find some suckers and remove them. All right, so usually you sterilize your tool after using it on one plant, but I'm going to take the chance now. Here is a sucker on this plant, this tomato plant, and all you do is remove that sucker like so and place it in water, just like so. And there are some little, not all of the ears on there are root, but some little bumps on there. They are going to eventually just grow into roots, and I will show you that in a minute. All right, so let's find some more suckers. And this help out your plant as well. Um, so these plants are budding now. So when you remove some of the suckers, the energy is focused on the fruits that they're trying to produce and not try to produce a ton of little tomatoes when you could get some big ones from. And you remove the leaves. You don't want the leaves down in the water for the most part, just like so. Yes, as I was saying, the energy is now focused on producing larger fruits, which we really want, and less leaves and suckers to feed. Now the rain is coming, guys, so I'm just removing a few to give you the basic idea, and then um I'll show you in a couple of days what the roots on those look like. Try not to remove the suckers that as blossoms almost turning into fruits, because I have very little plants, so I can't prune heavily like persons who have many tomato plants. So I'm trying to remove the suckers, like these shaded out ones that won't produce anyway in there. Right. And this is what we have here. So in a couple of days, we should have 5 tomato plants. Yeah. Now, 1 week later, guys, and I've not placed any growth hormones, nothing. No, I tried it with the cinnamon powder. It does work, but I don't see the difference, guys. All I did was to place them in the water, and this isn't even rainwater. Rainwater is ideal, and look at that. That is the growth on them after 1 week, just placing them in water. And all we need to do now is put these in soil. So let us do that. The rain is coming, guys. Let me show you what's happening over here. Guys, can you see that? We can't even see the ocean is supposed to be right there, and it is literally gray. We can't see it. So let me just get out of the rain, guys. Come, let's go. Now you guys are sheltering under the garage, literally. So here I have 4 buckets. I have 5 plants, but I have 4 buckets. And in there I have soil that I made, basically. It's topsoil with um horse and rabbit manure. So we just go ahead and plant these deep in the soil, basically. Just plant these deep in there. And you could put a piece of banana leaf. I see some persons putting eggs. Guys, I placed eggs in mine and it didn't work out. There was no difference. So we have 1 plant left, and I'll find somewhere to plant it. Trying to beat the heavy rain, guys, because it is coming. Woo! It is right here, guys. Let me stay on the inside with you. The red is here. So I don't need to water these. These will be watered naturally. All right. So in a couple of weeks, we should be getting plenty of tomatoes from these suckers. Hopefully disease free, as this mother plant was quite healthy. Guys, it is raining like crazy outside, so I guess I'll just have to finish talking to you in the shelter. So yes, guys, so each year, as I said, I started out getting tomatoes um from all of my tomato plants that I plant, and then I'm not sure if it's environmental, if it's the area in which I'm living. I am not sure. I'm not sure if it's the soil, but something is affecting my tomatoes. Whenever I plant them, most of them just die from disease. And so this is how I do it. And guys, I've been doing it successfully. I If you've been following me, you know I harvest tons and tons of big, nice tomatoes in the cooler part of the year. Early in the year, like I plant them now and I start for December, I'll have tomatoes. It seems as though I'll have early ones for this year because those are cherry tomatoes. I'm not sure if I have any large size slicing tomatoes in that batch that I have growing, but I'm going to sow some more seeds now to plant, and I will get tomatoes before it start getting really, really hot. And so this is how I do it. And you know, guys, I have to share it with you because I know tomatoes can be a challenge, not just for me, because I watch other YouTube channels and gardeners do have the same issue. So I know persons without channels might have the same tomato issue and may want to just plant some tomatoes. And you have one plant going and you really would like 6, 7 plant. I got 5 plant from just one tomato plant, and you can get more because as the plant grows it put on suckers, and as long as it is putting on suckers you can remove them, root them, and plant them. In a couple of days you have new tomato plants growing, and they don't produce like suckers. They produce the same way the regular mother plant produce. Last year, well, it would be the early part of this year, I had some, about 3 or 4 that I planted suckers, and you couldn't tell the difference between them and the parent plant. So it is possible and it can be done. I've done it and you can do it too, guys. So thank you for joining me for this short little tomato video. Thank you, guys, in this rainy, rainy afternoon. Let me check on my babies before I go inside. Hi. Hi. Guys, they're so big. Look at the length of this one. This is the female. This is the doe and that's the buck. Oh, hold on. You know what, guys? They look so similar. You have to show me a neck so I can know. The female, oh, this is the doe and this is the buck. She has more white on her face. And they're doing awesome.